Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
Eagle Eye has done a great job.
Welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
We are just having a great time here in Auburn, Alabama. The party is not over yet.
Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening, and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Lucy Chapman.
And I'm Cam Singfield. Thank you for joining us.
As students prepare to head home for Thanksgiving, many may be worried about travel issues. I spoke with several Auburn students about their plans for heading home for the holidays. What mode of transportation will you be using to get home this Thanksgiving break?
I'm driving. I'm also driving.
Okay, since y'all are driving, are you anticipating any extra costs or delays because of the government shutdown?
I haven't thought about it, but I may leave a day or two early.
Not necessarily for me. I live only like 30 minutes away, so it's really like I can leave whenever.
Have you changed your travel plans at all in light of the government shutdown, as in change of dates, modes, or routes? What mode of transportation will you be using to get home this Thanksgiving break?
I'm going to be driving myself.
You're driving your car, are you anticipating any extra costs or delays because of the government shutdown, aka gas, rest stops, or any alternate routes?
I think for when it comes to like if you're going across state lines, or there's like this one big checkpoint when you're about to go through Montgomery, and it's run by the state to weigh trucks, and a lot of times it gets backed up. So that's like the one I'm worried about. So I think I might go in 280 to get over to Huntsville.
And have you changed your travel plans at all in light of the government shutdown, as in change of dates, modes of transportation, or any routes?
I think I'm gonna try and leave like late Friday or like really early in the morning Saturday. I'm not a morning person, so that's what's changing.
Okay. Across airports nationwide, scenes just like this are unfolding as the FAA remains partially shut down during the ongoing government shutdown. Travelers are crowding terminals, scrambling for updates as flight delays and cancellations continue to ripple across the country. With thousands of FAA employees furloughed or working without pay, critical operations from air traffic support to safety inspections are facing major disruptions. Airlines are warning of longer wait times, unexpected cancellations, and reduced staffing at security and gate checkpoints. Passengers in busy terminals like this one are stuck waiting in long lines, searching for alternative flights and hoping for clarity as the shutdown drags on. Many have already missed connections, vacations, and family events, all because of halted federal aviation operations. Until the government reopens, the FAA can resume full functionality. Experts say travelers should expect more delays, fewer available flights, and growing frustration inside airports across America. What mode of transportation will you be using to get home this Thanksgiving break?
I'm driving because I only live an hour away.
I'm flying home.
So you are flying. Are you worried about having delays or cancellations? And have you checked your flight status recently?
Yes, I checked my flight status and it's good so far. I'm worried because I'm going to the Houston airport, which is also shut down and like scary, but I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping it works out.
A record-breaking 81 million Americans are expected to travel for Thanksgiving this year.
Last week, the SGA tested several security features around campus on their semi-annual safety walk. Kaylee Dudinsky tells us more about campus safety.
There are over 200 of these blue light emergency phones on Auburn's campus. And on November 10th, the Student Government Association checked out every single one of them. Each semester, the Student Government Association hosts a safety walk where SGA members, Auburn Police, and campus safety and security come together to walk across campus looking for unsafe conditions. Last Monday, they tested the blue light emergency phones, looked for dim or expired lights, and took note of accessibility gaps. The night started with a quick briefing to tell volunteers what to look for on their walks. We spoke with SGA's Assistant Vice President of University Operations, Willis Orr, for his perspective on the event.
And then the blue lights we just want to make sure that those go to the right people, that the call system's loud enough so where if you do have to press it, if you're in an event where you have to press it, that it would emit a loud enough noise, and then also that they receive the correct location when they are pressed. The 911 dispatchers receive the correct location. That's our job, to serve, promote, and unify, and we've been appointed and elected to do so.
SGA's mission has resonated with Senator Hannah Congo, who sees the event as an opportunity to serve Auburn.
Safety is such an important part of what makes Auburn Auburn, and so I'm super excited to be able to be a part of this.
The 64 students and 21 administrators in attendance were then divided into 7 groups. Their observations will be compiled into a memorandum and shared with the appropriate administration to be fixed.
If you ever feel unsafe on Auburn's campus, go to the nearest blue light emergency phone, press the red button, and emergency services will be called within the next 5 seconds, and your exact location will be sent to them. For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Kayla Dudinsky.
If you notice any safety or accessibility features on campus that need assistance, contact the SGA to fix the issue.
Students at Pick Elementary spent the afternoon outside enjoying Heart Club, a group designed to help kids build friendships, stay active, and support each other. The club brings students together through games and team-building activities. Teachers say it's a fun way for kids to unwind while still learning how to collaborate and communicate. Heart Club meets after school, and leaders say that they hope it continues to grow as more students join in.
It's really important to raise awareness about heart health because you see various diseases like heart diseases and diabetes and all of these other things. They're rising in America. We can prevent that through a lot of things like exercise, and so just encouraging that and being that voice in the community is very important.
Students gathered in front of Cater Steps on Tuesday to hear the top 20 candidates for Miss Auburn. Hostess and female ambassador of Auburn University is elected by the student body. During her term, Miss Auburn helps host university events, supports campus initiatives, and works closely with the SGA president, executive team, and the War Eagle Girls Plainsmen. The role has evolved from a purely symbolic position to one of active service and leadership. One Auburn student shares how she's feeling being in the top 20.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think everything I've done at Auburn is really serving as much as I possibly can, and this position is such an opportunity to serve to such a greater community, and to even get this top 20 nomination is so amazing, and it's just so heartfelt to me.
When we come back, you'll get a weather update from Eagle Eye's Gavin Dimmitt. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
I was living in a shelter juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
Hi, I'm Gavin Dimmitt. Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6, and here's our weather outlook for this week on the plains. We are wearing leg warmers and dressing in neon this week because we are taking a trip back to the 80s. What a shocking twist before our big week off. Tomorrow, we can expect a high of 76 and a low of 48. On Wednesday, we have a high of 80 and a low of 56. On Thursday, expect very similar weather with a high of 81 and a low of 56. Friday is looking to be a little bit more cloudy, but still expect a high of 78 and a low of 57. This weekend is looking to be fairly cloudy, but the sun will hopefully poke through the clouds during the day. On Saturday, expect a high of 76 and a low of 62. On Sunday, there will be a high of 73 and a low of 52. I do not think anyone expected this week to look this beautiful. As my nanny would say, who knew? I would continue to soak up all of the sun you can because it is typically pretty glum after Thanksgiving break. After all, winter is right around the corner and Mariah Carey has fully defrosted. That is all we have for your weather outlook for this week on the plains. As always, do not go anywhere. You will be getting your national news update back at the desk when we return. From Eagle Eye News at 6, I am Gavin Dimmitt. Thank you for watching.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how the dog was looking at me?
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. U.S. Southern Command has released new video of a recent strike on an alleged drug trafficking boat. It happened Monday in the Caribbean Sea, killing 4 people. This was the 20th strike carried out by the U.S. military on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific since September. The total number of people killed in the campaign stands at 80. The Justice Department has said the administration doesn't need congressional approval to conduct the strikes, but some experts say that they could violate U.S. and international law.
The Washington State Health Department reported Friday that a resident has been hospitalized with bird flu. It's the first reported case of bird flu in a human in the United States in 9 months. Officials also say the patient is infected with a strain of the virus that hasn't been seen in humans before. It's unknown how the older patient caught the virus. Health leaders are contacting people who may have been in close contact with the man to check for symptoms.
It's World Prematurity Day, and an annual report card released today by the March of Dimes gives another bad grade to U.S. when it comes to maternal and infant health, calling preterm birth rates a, quote, crisis in this country. Mandy Gaither talks to the organization's chief medical and health officer about why the grade is so low and what needs to happen to change it.
For the fourth consecutive year, the U.S. has earned a grade of D+ for the number of babies born before 37 weeks of pregnancy in a report card released today by the March of Dimes, a maternal health nonprofit.
We absolutely are in a time of crisis. The United States is among the most dangerous high-income countries in the world for giving birth. And whether we're talking about outcomes for mom and baby, they're not where we want them to be.
The report says nearly 380,000 U.S. babies were born too soon in 2024. That's 1 in every 10 births. And racial disparities are getting worse, with the birth rates for babies born early to Black moms 1.5 times higher than for other babies.
That's particularly troublesome because we know that there aren't biological differences among races, and so there aren't biological reasons why babies should be more likely to be born preterm.
The report says there are also racial gaps for maternal health in the U.S. Mothers who are Black, American Indian, Alaska Native, or Pacific Islander die at 2 to 3 times the rate of white moms, and nearly 40,000 have severe complications every year.
How people are treated and experiences like racism and discrimination, and really should be an urgent call for all of us to think about how we improve the quality of health and health care in this country.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
March of Dimes officials say access to care really matters, so they're advocating for policies to expand Medicaid coverage to ensure everyone has access to proper health care before, during, and after pregnancy. The organization says they're also sending, quote, mom and baby mobile health centers to areas where there is limited care in an effort to fill in some of those gaps. When we return, you'll get a political update with Tessa Allen on Eye on the Hill. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
My parents weren't fluent in English, so in school, I had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Good evening and welcome to Eye on the Hill. I'm Tessa Allen here to give you the latest political updates. On November 12th, Adelita Grijalva was sworn into the House of Representatives after a 50-day delay amongst the shutdown. There have been political discourse about the delay, so here is CNN with more.
Adelita Grijalva was finally sworn into the House of Representatives after 50 days of waiting.
You will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God.
I do.
Congratulations, you're now a member of the 119th Congress.
Her swearing in marks the end to a bitter and unprecedented chapter on Capitol Hill that included lawsuits and contentious confrontations between lawmakers. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he waited to swear Grijalva in until the House returned to session. Grijalva won her special election on September 23rd when the House was already out of session, and Johnson kept the House away throughout the government shutdown until Wednesday. But Democrats and Grijalva say that Johnson intentionally delayed her swearing in because Grijalva would be the 218th and final signature on an effort to force the Department of Justice to release all of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Without being sworn in, Grijalva told me that she could not perform any of her constituent services. She didn't even have a working phone or an office budget. But all of that ended on Wednesday.
With Adelita Grijalva being sworn in, she's the last signature needed to pressure the Department of Justice to release the whole Epstein files.
The Epstein files are thousands of documents related to the criminal activities of sex trafficking by Jeffrey Epstein. Only some of the Epstein files have been released, and many lawmakers and citizens have been pushing for the release of versions of all the files, which was opposed by President Trump earlier this year. But he recently came out in support of the release of the files, saying he has nothing more to hide. Here's Karen Kaifa with more.
With a House vote looming and a mass of Republican defections expected, President Donald Trump making a reversal. In a Truth Social post Sunday night, Trump wrote, quote, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. A House vote is expected as early as Tuesday after a bipartisan effort by Democratic Representative Ro Khanna of California and Republican Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky gathered enough signatures to force a vote. Massie told ABC News on Sunday he predicts more than 100 House Republicans could vote in favor of releasing the government's files related to the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender who died in prison in 2019. Trump has said he and Epstein were one-time friends. The president has never been linked to any wrongdoing in the crimes committed by Epstein.
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more. I'm hoping to get a veto-proof majority on this legislation when it comes up for a vote.
The effort has prompted a split between Trump and previous close political allies like Massie, who he attacked on social media on Friday, and Georgia Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said Sunday she doesn't understand why the president had been fighting the files release, as she doesn't believe he's done anything wrong.
I have no idea what's in the files. I can't even guess, but that is the questions everyone is asking, is why fight this so hard?
The House measure would have to pass the Republican-led Senate, and Trump has not said whether he would sign such a bill if it reached his desk. He also could order the release of the documents without Congress. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Trump is pushing back against accusations of him being involved with Epstein. Let's take a look at what President Donald Trump has to say.
Here's what I want. We have nothing to do with Epstein, the Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman, you look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others, they're all Democrats. All I want is I want for people to recognize a great job that I've done on pricing, on affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower, on energy, on ending 8 wars and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So I'm all for it. You know, we've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that. Unfortunately, like with the Kennedy situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough. You know, with Kennedy, we gave everything and it wasn't enough. With Martin Luther King, we gave everything and it's never enough. We've already given, I believe the number is 50,000 pages, 50,000 pages. And it's just a Russia hoax as it pertains to the Republicans. Now, I believe that many of the people that some of the people that we mentioned are being looked at very seriously for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein, but they were with him all the time. I wasn't at all.
Trump said himself he would sign the Epstein files bill if Congress passed it. But until then, the vote to force the DOJ to release the Epstein files will be taking place tomorrow, November 18th. Last week, I had the opportunity of interviewing Brylan Hollahand, a political commentator and freshman here at Auburn University. We talked about his journey with politics while being a student, his perspective about Turning Point USA, and where college students should stand with civic engagement. Here's a snippet from the interview.
Right, and with all the college students, you know, getting involved, how do you think politics takes part in college students? Where should they stand in political engagement?
Yeah.
What do you think what that role is?
So I was just tabling on the Haley Concourse a few minutes ago before I came in here with the Turning Point chapter here. There are absolutely ways to plug in as a student here. There are ways through the College Republican chapters. There's ways through Turning Point USA's chapter here. There's ways for people that disagree with us on the left have chapters as well. And I absolutely encourage them to join those as well, because that's the point of this. Civil discourse, free thinking. Isn't that the entire idea of a college campus? Except 2 young babies don't have a father to tuck them in tonight because their dad was brave enough to go to a college campus and say things that you're supposed to be able to say at a place of free expression, and he was killed for it. So the response to that should be us doing more of that, us having more conversations. I didn't name the one conversation at a time toward an accident. It was intentional. We're going to these campuses one conversation at a time, and the students here absolutely have the opportunity to do just that. By plugging in, by having the opportunity to talk to each other in these chapters and debate with other chapters. That should be what's happening all across this country. And the fact that it hasn't is why we got to this point. One of the last things that Charlie said in one of his speeches, and I was just writing an article about this yesterday, is that the day that civil discourse dies, America goes to a civil war. We're on the brink of that. We had the first political assassination in American soil since 1960s. Here we are in 2025. I thought we said goodbye to that. I thought the last one was with Bobby Kennedy. We've matured, we've moved on. And here we are in America having this happen once again. Who can be the people to push back against that? College students. Why should they get involved? Well, think about it. We're in this era of life where you're paying for gas for the first time. You're buying groceries for the first time. You're paying rent for the first time. You're about to start a family and buy your first home in a few short years. This pivotal era of life is so important on what the economy is at the moment. It's not something that just matters for your parents or grandparents. If you have student loan debt, it matters right now. And this should be a point where you're starting to plan, especially as an upperclassman, what the future looks like and how you're going to start that family and hopefully, what happens in this community, or maybe you move outside of Auburn. The economy absolutely matters, and young people that say, I'll address that when I graduate, are stupid because they're not looking at the fact of, maybe we start voting in advance for maybe the policies are good for the economy once we graduate. This is the time to start planning, and this is the time to prepare for that. And that's the whole point of college, right? To prepare for your future. I think voting is the best way to prepare for that.
To watch the whole interview, you can go to Eagle Eye TV on YouTube. And that is all I have for you tonight. When we come back, you'll hear from Lucy and Cam at the desk. I'm Tessa Allen with Eye on the Hill, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Okay.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Okay.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Or that the projections would be flood next Thursday?
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. With so many people expected to be traveling for Thanksgiving, the FAA has some good news for air travelers. Airlines are resuming their normal schedules in the U.S. today. The FAA says it's lifting flight restrictions that affected 40 major airports during the government shutdown. A joint statement from the agency and the Transportation Secretary cities, quote, safety trends and the steady decline of staffing trigger events in air traffic control facilities. The news might be a relief for people flying over Thanksgiving weekend. That's the busiest air travel period of the year, according to STA data. Experts say passengers should still check airline apps for delays or cancellations, but for more typical reasons like weather.
High grocery prices and tariffs could spoil your Thanksgiving menu this year. That's because the cost of some key holiday staples are up. These rising costs come as many people are already struggling to afford food. Jen Sullivan explains why your holiday meal will likely cost more this year.
Outside the King Center in Atlanta, long lines of cars as people wait for free food to be handed out at this Thanksgiving food drive.
This is going to make a tremendous difference.
Miss Williams works part-time, but she says it's not enough to put food on her table. And it's not just Thanksgiving she worries about.
It's every day. It's tonight. I need dinner for tonight.
Her story is like so many others as the cost of food continues to rise.
We've seen an increased need. We've seen seniors coming that need assistance. We've seen families
The government shutdown put a strain on already busy food banks, with millions of food stamp recipients not receiving assistance through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP, and hundreds of thousands of federal workers not getting paid. But rising food costs are making groceries more expensive for everyone.
But for many families, they're still struggling to put food on their table and keep that roof over their heads.
Average grocery prices are up nearly 3% from last September, according to the latest Consumer Price Index report. Prices for key Thanksgiving staples like potatoes, meats, fresh vegetables, and bakery products are all up. And tariffs have caused the price of many imported items like wine to jump. One wine store says prices are 5 to 12% higher this year. There is some good news. On Friday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that retroactively lowered tariffs on beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas, as well as other products coming from agricultural imports. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Since October of last year, wholesale turkey prices have gone up almost 75%, reaching $1.71 per pound last month.
Starbucks is out with a new holiday beverage, but you can only get it at Target. The frozen peppermint hot chocolate is available exclusively at Starbucks, cafes inside Target stores. Prices for the Frappuccino-based drink start at just under $6 for a grande size. Members of Target's paid loyalty program can buy a frozen peppermint hot chocolate on Monday. It's available to the general public on Tuesday. Most of the retail giant's 2,000 locations include Starbucks, but this is the first time two companies have teamed up for a holiday drink.
We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Lucy Chapman.
And I'm Cam Singfield. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for